Hello and welcome to my YouTube channel. If you're regular here, you know I review many photographic, audio and video related products. Well, today we're looking at a podcasting piece of equipment, and it is this here, the Tascam US-42B. It's a sound interface to your computer as well as a podcasting mixer. Well, to be fair, it's not really a mixer, but it enables you to connect two microphones and instruments into your computer for podcasting. And it's great, it's portable, it doesn't take batteries, unfortunately. They say it's portable because it is. It's very, very light, but it doesn't take batteries. It takes the power from the USB input to your computer, which is fine. Or it will take it via a 5-volt USB connection in the back here. So you can plug a USB power block into the back. If you're connecting it to something like an iOS device or a tablet that maybe hasn't got enough power to power the unit, as well as obviously power the tablet. So you can actually power it separately via a USB block. So that's great. It's got either or. I'm actually running it into my 27-inch iMac here. I'm recording it into Amadeus Pro actually. And that's a great bit of audio software. I use that for a lot of stuff I do because it's so easy to use. And it's got a clear audio display. You can see there how clear the audio display is. Now, I am hoping to be able to use the audio from this for this particular video. I can't say for sure at the moment if I will be. So I have got backup audio going into my the A10 Mini Pro. Got backup audio going into that via the Comica Boom DX Pro, Boom Box DX, something like that. I put a thing in the video. What it is basically me wireless microphones. Now, into the unit, I've got my Sennheiser MKE600 being fed into the unit. Now, this particular microphone does require phantom power. The great thing with this unit, it has got, on both channels, it has got phantom power as well as instrument level. So you've either got line level, mic level, if you're using microphones that don't require phantom power, or 48-volt switch. So it can do but basically take anything into it. And it's got 2 channels for doing that. So that is great. I'm using an XLR lead. You can see here the XLR lead going into the unit, but it does take conventional 3/4-inch microphone jacks as well if you haven't got a microphone that has XLR. Although, to be fair, most professional mics these days are XLR microphones, so use XLR leads. So there you go. So it's got your 2 inputs. Now, it has only got the 2. Unlike the Rodecaster Pro, the PodTrack P4, the Zoom PodTrack P8, they've got a lot more inputs. But they're a lot more expensive. They're bigger and they're bulkier. This is designed as an audio interface into your computer that is really compact. The other thing I like about it, you can use it purely as an audio interface. You don't need to use the podcasting features. You can just use it as an audio interface for your computer. And that is great because the preamps in here are actually really, really good. So it'll work great with dynamic microphones, which require the power, or condenser microphones. It'll work with either or. I think that is great. Now, getting back to the unit, it's got various controls on the top here. On the back, as I say, you've got your USB input. I'm not going to move it around because maybe I'll lose the signal going into it. And I don't really want to do that. Well, as I say, I'm recording a backup audio. So you've got your gain control here. This basically will just adjust the level of a microphone input. That'll be taking it down, that'll be taking it up. And then you've got line output level. Now, on the back as well, it's got a left and right RCA output jacks. So if you want to feed it to your studio monitors, you can do. So you can take a conventional line output to your studio monitors for monitoring the sound, and you can adjust the level. Because obviously you don't want to get feedback in the studio while you're actually recording. Now, you might be able to hear some feedback because I've got my headphones here, which is monitoring the audio, but there is a delay coming from these headphones because I've got them plugged into my computer. So you might be able to hear a delay coming from the computer into the headphones. I'm trying to keep the headphones as far away as possible so you don't hear too much of a delay, but you might be able to hear a delay from those headphones. and as I say, they're plugged into the computer. The actual unit does have headphone jacks on the front here. You've got 2 headphone jacks. One of them is a 3/4 inch jack. There's an adapter I've got for it. And then one of them is your 3.5mm jack input, so you can plug 2 headphones in. Now, I have found a downside with that, and I found it quite annoying actually. But you've got your headphones plugged in, that is great, and that will monitor the audio levels going in via the microphones. But when you're using the sound pad, you can't hear the sound pad. And I find that really frustrating. Hence the reason I've plugged the headphones into the computer. So when I use the sound pad, I can actually hear the sound pad coming through the headphones. You can't if you've got them plugged into the unit. I think that, because there's 2 headphone output, I think that is specifically designed for your person that's on the podcast to hear their voice and to hear what's going on, as opposed to be hearing the output from the unit. So that is I find a bit of a downside. Now, it has also got on the top here, as well as these sound pads. Now there's 3 pre-programmed sound pads on here. Clapping, one of them is just makes a strange noise. And you turn it off just by pushing the button again. So that is great. Now, you can download all sorts of sound effects from Tascam's website. They do provide free sound effects on their website, or you can use your own sound effects and load them into the unit, which is awesome. And then you've got an effects button here. Now, when you push the effects button in, that will change that will change your vocals depending on what you've got set on the software. Now, I'm going to talk about the software in just a moment, but because you can download, and I would highly recommend it, you can download Tascam's own software. It's called Tascam On Air, and it's a great bit of software. It's completely free. It's designed for this particular unit, and as I say, it's completely free, and it's got so many parameters that you can change over and above what you can change on the physical unit. So it's a great companion with this unit. I'm finding that I'm recording into Amadeus Pro because unfortunately this software hasn't got a way of actually recording the audio, but I'm recording into Amadeus Pro and still using this software as well. There doesn't seem to be a conflict. I did wonder whether there might be a conflict. I'm also running in the background the A10 Mini Pro software. And, you know, that set my audio levels and set my parameters for me A10 Mini Pro. So I've got 3 audio software running in the background here, and I'm not having any issue. I mean, that's the A10 Mini Pro, the A10 Mini Pro software. And there doesn't seem to be any conflict between that software, the Tascam software, and me Amadeus Pro software. So that's exciting. I'm really pleased about that. And I say I would highly recommend that you do download the Tascam software. I'm going to go through that in just a moment because it is a great companion for this particular unit. Now, on the top here, I say you've got your all your mic level settings here, and that's duplicated for the right hand channel over here. Now, you can set it to record either stereo or mono. Now, because there's only one channel coming in, i.e. this one microphone coming into it, I've got it set to mono because I do want the sound to be in, you know, both ears when you watch it, when you watch this video. I don't want it coming out of one ear. The great thing with this, if I'm running 2 channels, I could set it to stereo. So I've got one speaker coming in on one channel, the other one coming in on the other channel. I mean, I could edit that afterwards as to setting the levels independently. But I've got it set to mono, so both channels will end up mixed, basically. It's a mixed output. And we've discussed the effects button. Push that and you can create all sorts of effects using the software. And I'm just going to go through that in just a moment. And you've got this on air button. That's actually a crucial button. That on air button is absolutely crucial. You see it's glowing red. You might not be able to see it that clearly because of the lighting, but that's glowing red. That's important that that is turned on Otherwise, you're not going to get any audio being recorded onto your computer. So do make sure that is turned on when you, when you use the unit. You can monitor the audio with your headphones, but you can't record it to the computer unless that is actually turned on. Now, the only other thing now to really look at is these sound pads and VFX. Well, the sound pads, we've actually kind of demonstrated that, but there's a thing here called Reverb actually on the unit. You see that can be turned up and down. Now what that does, if we look at the software, let's go over to this software. Now we've got all sorts of things here. So you've got this reverb here. Now let me put my headphones on just for a moment so I can hear what it's doing. Now at the moment it's set to 0, so there is no reverb. Because I've got it turned off. But if we turn it to turn this on, so we go to live. Now it's still going to be. You're not going to hear it. This is really weird because I'm hearing my voice twice. So if I'm not very coherent, that's why. Actually, I'm going to take my headphones off. I find that really off-putting. But when I've got my headphones on, I got a real bad echo. Well, it's not an echo. I'm hearing my voice, it's about a 2-second delay, and that's really confusing when you're trying to, describe something or you're trying to explain something. I guess the person that would normally be recording it on the computer might be not sat anywhere close to where the speakers are, where the people are actually speaking. So it probably isn't a major issue, but I just find that a bit bizarre. But anyway, at the moment, because I've got the reverb button down to it's down to 0, down to having no effect, you won't be able to hear these effects. But now if we turn the reverb up, I will have to put my headphones on for this, so I've got that on live. So if I turn this up, then you'll start to hear it sounds like you're in a live room, and that's what this does. And the effect changes depending on how high I turn that knob. So the same with if we set it to room. I can set that to room, and the higher I turn it, the more effect that has. Hall, so if you want to create a hall effect, that's really clever. And also you can let's say, so we turn that right down. So under effects here, we've got different effects that we can create. So you've got, at the moment, it's on expert, which is basically this mode here. There is no effects because it's turned off. If you look at the effects thing here, it's turned off. But we'll go back to easy, so we can have a soft vocal effect. So that will create a sort of a soft vocal. Not really sure what that is, but that's what that does. So you can create all sorts of effects by using this software over and above using the actual controls on the unit. And I'm really, I think that's really great. And that makes, this software really versatile. And to be honest, I'm not quite sure, even with podcasting, whether you do want to introduce lots of different effects. You might want to put a little bit of reverb on, or you might want to adjust the equalization of the sound so you can match different people's voices better. I'm no expert with sound, so I probably wouldn't want to do that. I would just want to get a nice clean audio into the system. And, it's great because it does do that. So, this unit has got all the different, features that you would want, and it's great value for money. I really like it. I'm not impressed with the fact that when I plug headphones in, I can't hear what's coming through on the sound pad. I say I'm not impressed with that. I find that annoying. I would like to be able to hear, unless anyone in my audience has one of these and would like to be able to explain to me how you can do that. Maybe I'm doing something completely obvious that I haven't noticed. I've played with this quite a bit and I haven't, come across, what would cure that. But other than that, and the fact that it hasn't got batteries built into the unit, I do find that slightly annoying. because it is designed as a portable unit. It's great if you're using it with a computer, but it can power the unit. For example, my 27-inch iMac has no problem powering it, and I would think the vast majority of laptops will have no problem in powering it. But if you've got it connected to something like an iPhone, a Google phone, Android phone, whatever, you will probably need to plug in a USB power block to actually power the unit. Would have been nice if there was battery compartment in the unit. But other than that, I think it's great. It has got a loop back feature on the front here, so you can actually feed the sound of your computer into the unit to then feed it back to the computer to record it. So you might have music on music on your computer you want to play into it. It may have a pre-recorded interview with someone you might want to run through it that's actually on your computer. Whatever. I've got that turned off because I don't want to get any feedback. I don't know if it would introduce feedback. I have no idea. But it has got that feature, on the unit. And that's about it, really. I'm sure there's a lot more this can do. But I'm going to be using it predominantly, I think, as a sound interface for particularly my Sennheiser MKE 600. I love my Sennheiser MKE 600. I use it a great deal. I use it for support audio, backup audio, I'm using it in the studio all the time. So, it's a great microphone. But, this unit is a great audio interface, even if you don't use it for podcasting. But it's a great little podcasting. I use the word mixer because you can adjust the levels of the inputs to create that mix. But it's not really, a mixer. But combined with this Tascam software, which, does do a lot, you can actually adjust the sound output of these sound pads as well. So you can turn those sound outputs, up and down according to how you want it mixed. And it has got a ducking feature that I haven't played with as yet, but it has got a ducking feature which, if you've got music playing in the background, the music will go down in level and your voiceover will be stronger. But the minute that there is no voice, the music comes up. So it's a quite clever feature. I've not played with that as yet, but this software has got that ducking feature built into it. So there we go. A great little device. That is the Tascam USB-42. What's it called? US-42B little mixer. And it's a great little mixer. You can see it's got a really nice LED audio level display here. You can see that quite clearly. So you can see your levels nice and easily on that display. Now, it has only got the one master level output, so that'll show you the output from the sound pad, the microphones and what have you. You can't monitor each individual channel, so you can't monitor the two microphone channels independently. It is only an LED display of the master output, but it is bright and it is big and bold. I mean, it's great. Yeah, so there we go. That's the Tascam US-42B sound interface and mixer for podcasting. So there we go. Hope you found that useful. Please subscribe to my channel if you haven't already done so. Hit the like button if you like the content of this video. Really appreciate that. Helps me grow the channel, and I really appreciate and I love reading every comment that people leave. So thanks very much for watching. And as I say, if you can hear an echo in the background, that is coming from my headphones plugged into the computer, so apologies for that. But thanks very much for watching, and stay tuned for more videos relating to video photography and some audio. Cheers for now. Bye. Yay, got it done in one. Yay.